Welcome back. Today we are talking about keeping yourself in a constant state of learning. Okay, and what do I mean by this? I'm talking about podcasts, clubhouse, books, webinars, master classes. They are everywhere. At any given point during the day, 24/7, you can literally keep yourself busy. And I say busy, not productive, and I'll tell you why in a minute, in this constant state of learning. There are people everywhere sharing their knowledge, their expertise, and it can be really inspiring. And I get it. It makes you feel like you're growing your biz, you're learning. We feel like we're never know enough, right? We've got to keep learning, we've got to keep staying ahead of the game. And that is all very, very true. It's inspiring, it's empowering, it makes you a better service provider, especially if you're staying ahead of the game for your clients. You're always learning from somebody who's been there, done that. But here's why I say it's keeping you busy and not productive, because 90%, maybe not even 90, I would say maybe 70%, okay? Don't do anything with it. What are you doing with all of this knowledge that you're learning? Are you actually implementing it? Are you taking any kind of action with what you're learning, or are you just in this constant state of information gathering, information overload? All right. And here's the other thing that I really want to point out that can be really detrimental to this is that when you are learning from a million different people, it can actually be extremely overwhelming, and it can actually cost you money, time, whatever in your business. And this is why I say that. Think about it. This is a silly analogy, but I want you to really think about it. Think about if you were trying to put a puzzle together and you poured the pieces of 5 different puzzles all together and tried to make one puzzle. You can't do that. And that's right? You would never be able to put the pieces together. They would not work out together. They would not fit. They wouldn't go together. There wouldn't be any way for you to make one complete puzzle with 5 different puzzle pieces. And what I'm trying to say here is that when you are following a bunch of different experts and you're getting all of this information, you have to remember that every single consultant, service provider, coach, mentor, every single person has a different way of doing things, right? So when you're trying to implement these little pieces from each person, it's essentially like pulling one piece from each puzzle box and trying to put it together, because every single person, like I'm saying, has a different way of doing things. They have different thought processes. So if you are in this constant state of learning, a couple things that I would really encourage you to do is, one, pick 2 or 3 people that you want to follow that you're going to stay consistent with. So whether that's Amy Porterfield, James Wedmore, or your favorite coach in the online space, your favorite social media manager, whatever it is, pick a couple people and just absorb all of their content. Be in that constant state of learning with them if that's what you want to do. If there's a group club on Clubhouse that you really like and you love those experts, stick with it. Yes, you can always expand on it, but again, remember, it can be extremely overwhelming. And what are you doing with all of this information? Are you actually committing to taking action on it, or are you just constantly putting yourself in that next state of let me keep learning? That state of learning will keep you stuck, right? You have to take action on it. Stop downloading the freebies if you know damn well you're never going to do anything with it. And I'm calling you out on that right now, because you all know you have an email inbox full of freebies that you've never opened, and a full replays that you've never watched, and master classes that you don't have any intention on going back to, right? If you're going to sign up for something, commit to it. Put it on your calendar. I signed up for a Reels training on Thursday. It's on my calendar. It's a non-negotiable. I will show up. I'm telling you, it will make a world of difference. Stop putting all of this information in front of you and then trying to find a way to fit it in. Because if you're in this constant state of learning, when are you in client acquisition mode? When are you in follow-up mode? When are you doing the actual income producing activities that your business needs so that you can put all of this knowledge that you're learning into play, right? If you don't have any clients because you're constantly in this state of learning and you're keeping yourself busy watching a million master classes, or listening to 100 podcasts, how are you going to implement it if you don't have any clients to implement it with, right? And I'm not trying to be harsh here, but I'm just giving you the real truth, right? If you're not going to commit to it, then all you're doing is keeping yourself busy. If you are not ready to commit to taking action and implementing what you're learning, then all you're doing is keeping yourself busy and you're making yourself feel like you're growing your business. But action is what grows your business. Taking action, whether it's messy, whether it's scary, whether it's full of fear and insecurity, that action is what's going to give you data to tell you, I need to learn a little bit more about this, or I've got this, right? So, key takeaways here. One, make sure you're taking action on what you're learning. If you are, we all need to be in a state of learning. I will never tell you not to continue learning, but make sure you're taking action. You're committing to what you're going to do with all this knowledge that you're taking in. Okay, don't let it take up the time of income producing activities, and make sure you're actually participating in those money making activities to implement the knowledge that you're learning. And then number 3, I don't know, what are we on, 2 or 3? Pick a couple people to follow that you respect, that you like, that you want to learn more from, and stick with it, right? I have a very different view on how to grow business than another strategist, right? And that strategist has a very different take on how to grow your business than the next one. There's thousands of every single person in every single industry, and we all have our own unique way of doing it. It's not to say there's not similarities. It's not to say that some things you can't piece together. But I want you to always remember that analogy of the puzzles. As crazy and silly as it is, are you pulling pieces from multiple different puzzles trying to create one masterpiece? If you are, you have to know that it will never work, or it's going to take you a really long time. You might be able to force it, but is it going to be right? No. Is it going to be pretty? No. Right? So you get my point here. Don't keep yourself in that constant state of learning. Take action, commit to the things that you sign up for. Stop, for the love of God, stop downloading these freebies that you plan to do nothing with, right? All it's doing is putting you on an email list that you're later then going to unsubscribe from. So unless you intend to actually do something with it and follow up on the emails and open them and read them, don't subscribe to this crap, right? I'm saying for myself, I've been there, done that. I'm not saying what you are subscribing to is crap. I'm saying, like, call yourself out on it. Like, am I ever going to open this? No. Am I ever going to read this? No. Am I ever going to go back and watch the replay? No. If those are the answers, don't do it. Save yourself the time and save the person who created it time and space for those that do want to be there, that do want to learn and do want to take action. All right? That's all I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon.